Good morning to you all, and thank you for this privilege of sharing with you some of the highlights of the visit of His Excellency President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. This is the second summit of ASEAN as envisioned in the ASEAN Charter. The difference between this summit and the one held in June is that this summit, the ASEAN leaders, apart from meeting among themselves, they will also be engaging in discussions with our external partners, such as China, US, Japan, the Republic of Korea, also India, as well as the United Nations. And they will be discussing also during the East Asian Summit some international and regional issues that will be of particular interest and importance, not only to the ASEAN region, but as well as to the Philippines. Yes, the East Asian Summit is an ASEAN-led mechanism wherein the ASEAN leaders can engage our 8 external partners, which include China, US, India, Republic of Korea, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, where they will exchange views on regional and international issues of particular concern, not only to ASEAN, but also to the Philippines. I do not wish to preempt what the President may say at his intervention, but he is expected to participate in the discussions on important issues such as regional security. Well, the economic relations between the ASEAN member states and its trading partners have greatly been beneficial to ASEAN's economic growth and development. And of course, the two big economies, the United States and China, have extensive economic engagement in all the ASEAN countries. Of course, the current trade issues between the two countries will naturally have an effect on ASEAN, on the different ASEAN member states, and of course on the Philippines. And we hope that the two major countries, economic countries, will be able to resolve their issues. We do take note of some progress in their bilateral talks, and we look forward to an early conclusion of their issues. ASEAN and of course in the Philippines included place great importance to a well-functioning multilateral trading system. So it is extremely important that the two major economies would be able to resolve their trade issues. And this is for the benefit of our peoples in the region and especially for the Philippines. Yes, in August 1967, the Philippines was one of the 5 founding fathers of ASEAN. Of course, over the years, ASEAN has expanded to 10 members, and the economic relations between the ASEAN member states and its external trading partners have greatly enhanced the importance of ASEAN as a major economic production base, which includes the Philippines. So it is extremely important for us that our continued membership and active participation in ASEAN. ASEAN has also created multilateral trade system. There are some negotiations now on the RCEP. We look forward to an early conclusion of RCEP, which will greatly benefit our country and the people, especially when we are enjoying positive economic growth compared to other countries in the region. Well, of course, these are issues that affect us as well. Of course, with the climate change and the need to clean up our oceans is an important issue to many of the ASEAN countries, including us. And therefore, it's extremely important for us to have a coordinated efforts in combating issues such as climate change, marine debris, for the benefit of our people. Yes, of course we do our regular consular services for our kababayans here in Thailand. We also conduct 7 consular outreach in all over Thailand. This is every year. So that we can bring the services of the government closer to our kababayans here. Of course, we also provide assistance to our nationals here, especially those who may have encountered some problems, not only with their employment but also financially, for instance, some medical bills that they have encountered. We seek the help of the Office of our Undersecretary for Migrant Workers to seek some funding. There is the assistance to Nationals Fund, as well as the legal assistance funds, which have been provided under the GAA, for which the DFA UMOA is responsible in the disbursement. So we coordinate not only with the DFA but also with other government agencies as the need arises, so that we can better help our Filipinos here. There are times also when the Filipino communities, there are some activities that they hold which we support, for instance, in their sports activities, in their own gatherings. And of course, every 3 years, it has been part of the mandate of the Department of Foreign Affairs and of all the embassies and consulates to participate, to help the COMELEC in the registration and in the conduct of overseas voting. And of course, there will be some training that will be provided by COMELEC to our foreign service posts in the upcoming elections in 2022. So we are engaged. We are engaged in that, so that all of our Filipinos overseas, not only here in Thailand, can participate in our national elections. And we have also been fortunate that in the past 3 years, we have been assisting the PRC, the Philippine Regulation Commission, in conducting special professional licensure examinations for Filipino teachers here in Thailand. There are many Filipino teachers here, especially in various schools, Thai schools, and also in international schools, teaching different subjects, but particularly English. Yeah. Yes, as a country coordinator for the ASEAN-China dialogue, I believe it is to the interest of ASEAN that we look forward to an early conclusion of the Code of Conduct in the South China Sea. I think this will greatly help reduce tension in the region, which will be conducive to the sustained economic growth of the region, which is a common interest to all ASEAN member countries. So we try to look at it in that aspect to conclude, to have an early conclusion on the Code of Conduct. We see some progress in the talks, and there are continuing talks for an early conclusion of the COC. Isang maligayang pagbati sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Kaharian ng Thailand. Kami po ay taus-puso nagpapasalamat sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Kaharian ng Thailand sa inyong patuloy na pagtangkilik sa mga programa ng ating pamahalaan sa pangunguna ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte sa pamamagitan ng ating pasuguan dito sa Bangkok. Tayo po ay patuloy na magsama-sama upang sa ikabubuti ng ating mga mahal sa buhay, hindi lang po dito sa Kaharian ng Thailand, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga kababayan sa Pilipinas at sa ating inang bayang Pilipinas. Kami po sa Pasuguan ng Pilipinas ito sa Bangkok ay handang tumulong sa ating mga kababayan sa abot po ng aming makakaya. So ang aking pong mensahe ay salamat po sa inyong lahat. Salamat po sa inyong magandang kabutihan na pinakikita hindi lang po sa amin kundi sa dito po sa Kaharian ng Thailand na ikinabubuti ng imahe ng ating taong bayan at ng ating bansa. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.